Jay Shrek, your motorcycle guys. Man, I gotta get some coffee because I ain't getting this on. So give me a minute. Let me get fired up a little bit here. Brown Bull, nectar of the gods. You know, I've quit about everything twice. I ain't giving up caffeine though, so thank God I'm ready to go now. JSREC, your motorcycleguys.com. Man, I'm ready to go today. Let's get this party started. So, you ever wondered how the pyramids were built? How the hell they get them big ass rocks up there with no cranes or anything like that? And another thing that's completely stunned me is not only where's Bigfoot sleep, but also where the hell did Harley-Davidson come up with all those letters? FXLCTOD. I mean, it's like, you gotta be kidding me. It's like, Let me tell you a little story. The first motorcycle Harley-Davidson I ever sold, right? I didn't know any of these numbers or letters. I didn't know what it was, but I knew two things, right? I knew that one, it looked badass, and I know two, it sounded badass. And so I knew when I put one and two together, I had a motorcycle that was going to make me cooler than I was before I bought that bike, right? So I knew that guy buying that bike was going to get a kick-ass motorcycle. But still secretly, like, man, I should know this stuff, right? I should know what an FL is or an FX is, right? But I didn't know, man. So I asked people, and people would be like, oh, I can't tell you, because they didn't know either. I didn't know that at the time, but I thought they'd just keep them secrets, right? Double secret stuff, right? And then all of a sudden, I put two and two together, and I realized that, you know what? I know Huey knows, because Huey'd been there forever, right? He was like the old dog. He knew Panhead, he knew Shovelhead, he knew Knucklehead, right? He knew all the heads, right? And so I said, can you tell me the secret of the FX and the FL? And he said, you know, I could tell you, but it's going to cost you a lunch. And I said, a lunch? And then I said the most famous things ever. I said, is it an A lunch or a B lunch? And he said, well, it's an A lunch. I said, well, man, I'm willing to give you a B lunch. He goes, well, okay, because I like you, kid, I'm going to let you buy me a B lunch. And he said to me as he got real close and whispered, it's the size of the front forks. And I said, the size of the front forks? And he said, the size of the front forks. And I went, I'm never going to figure that. How in the hell am I going to know the size of the front forks if they're wider? And then I figured it out, and I figured out he was full of it. I'm going to tell you the secret of the universe today. So when you look at your motorcycle, look at where you put your feet, right? Okay? Is that a foot peg or is it a floorboard? Now you're going to ask real quick, what the hell does a floorboard and a foot peg have to do with anything about Harley's nomenclature, nomenclature. You know, the letters they call the bikes, right? If it's got a foot peg, then it's an FX. And if it's got a floorboard, if it's an FL. I said, if it's got a foot peg, it's an FX. Yeah. If it's got a floorboard, it's an FL. Yeah, I'm thinking, man, that's so easy. It's stupid, right? But that's the way it is. So that's the secret of the universe, right? So, for example, let's look at a Street Bob, one of my favorite bikes, right? You look at that motorcycle, does it have pegs on it? Yes, it has pegs, so it's an FX. Is it a Softail? Is it a Dyna? Is it a touring bike? Well, it's a Dyna, which stands for dynamic handling, right? A little tidbit for free. So it's got foot pegs. It's an FX. It's a Dyna. So guess what? If it's an FXD, it's a D, Dyna. That makes perfect sense. And it's a Street Bob. So it's a B, Street Bob. FXDB. That makes more sense than ever. Now the XL 1200s, right? They're XLs. They're all XLs. But all your big twins are either FX or FL. Wow. That's all it is. And it's that. So to recap this, right? The first two letters are going to be either FL or FX. And then it's going to be the model, which is a Softail or a Dyna. Now, if it's a touring bike, it's going to be an H, FLH. Now, there is one model, an FLTR, if you know what that is. That's a road glide. That's the only one that doesn't fit this system, right? And so it's an FLTR, but everything's going to be either an FL, right? And or FX. So perfect. How easy was that? Right? So if you think of Harley this way, it's real simply this, right? If you think about the fact they make 4 motorcycles, they make a Sportster, they make a Softail, they make a Dyna, and they make a touring bike. So they make 4 bikes. Now you're going to get some sprinklings of V-rods, and you're going to have sprinklings of streets and Buells, and you know, electric bike coming. But the reality of it is, if you think they only make 4 bikes, and now with the Dyna's gone, they only really make 3. Harley's really a simplified brand if you think of it like that, and you don't think of all the zillions of bikes. What Harley has done genius is they've created one bike and they dress it differently for different occasions. And that's exactly how this goes, right? So now you know the powers of the universe. Let's go out and build a pyramid. Hey, better yet, right? Let's go out and ride, bitches. Let's go.